कितना पैसा कमा सकते हैं लिंक्डइन से बेसिकली?
I think a lot, a lot. I came from the worst background. I had just a mother. That's the family that I have. That was the only money coming in my home, 8,000 rupees. If you're like a normal guy who is doing some basic things, basic copywriting, your skills are not that great, the most money you'll get replaced for sure. I think if you're doing freelancing in your early 20s, you're doing something right.
सो हेलो एवरीबॉडी, आज हमारे साथ हैं बहुत ही स्पेशल गेस्ट रोहित. यू नो हिम वेयर लिंक्डइन एज ही इज सो एक्टिव देयर एंड फेमस टू. Just to give you a brief about Rohit, so he is a founder of ContentRizz. So we are going to talk about everything what a beginner should do when he's just starting out on LinkedIn, and we are going to delve the journey of Rohit. So welcome Rohit, and thank you so much for joining me here. How's you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you. So first of all, I wanted to know more about your journey, about your family background, and how you became so much active and famous on LinkedIn.
As I say, like, I'm not famous on LinkedIn in any means. I think so. I have only 20,000 plus followers, something, 20,000 something followers. And about the family background, as I said, like, I had just like a mother and some friends. And we came from like a lower middle class family, kind of never had anything. And mom used to work till like I think so few years ago. I stopped her, but yeah. So that was the only source of income. And yeah, so that was the pretty much childhood. After the graduation, I have decided to do some sort of like work, freelancing and stuff like that. I've came across that video of Chris Rowe. He's talking about some business stuff. I didn't understand anything, but he was cool. So I was just watching the whole video, and then I realized that he do some sort of a design stuff. And then I've started because I was doing like BCS, like computer science student. So I have like the coding knowledge, the basic coding knowledge. So I've decided to sell websites, and that's how I got started into freelancing. And on my master's first year, I was making way more money then most probably like if I get a job, I'm still making more amount of money. And then I've told my mom that I have to drop out, and I've dropped out. From that year to this year, like everything is flowing really well, and now I have agency. So yeah, that was the journey. So this is not
So
like the one agency that I own. I actually own two agencies. Before LinkedIn, I had a brand on Instagram. I've grown it to the 10,000 followers. Then account got blocked for some reason. Then I've created another account that got into the 5,000. Again, that account got for some reason got blocked. Then I've learned the way like how I can get clients without anything from like an email and stuff like just doing a cold outreach. And then the last year I've started LinkedIn, and from that I'm on LinkedIn building my personal brand and sharing my journey about the freelancing and content creation mainly because my agency is fully based on the content marketing.
cool. Your journey is so inspiring, right? I talked with some of my friends. We all are mutual, so they are talking about you and telling like you have done so much in your life. You have struggled a lot. So I was like, okay, let's have a podcast and know what he's as a person. So I'm so blessed. Okay, so Rohit, like tell us first of all, I want to go about LinkedIn. First of all, let's talk about LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is a very powerful tool, right? A lot of people
Yeah.
don't know about it. So tell us how a college student can use and leverage LinkedIn effectively, and how they can grow basically.
Okay, if you are talking, so there are two things to the LinkedIn. One is about building an audience and growing the follower count, and second is about actually getting leads and making money. They're like two different things. You can do it together, as many people are doing it, but it depends upon like how you can grow and how you can get leads. So let's talk about first about growing. So my way of growing pretty much is on any platform works like this. So you go on the platform, you find few friends, create like, meet few people who are like you, who have same amount of followers like you. They are creating content every day. You are creating content every day. You make friends. So you create a list of 50 friends. You talk with them. You connect with them, and you start to engage with them. In return, they engage back with you. So that was the relationship that you built. Like, I engage with you, you engage back with me. We are friends. We are going to help each other because we post every day some sort of a content. Let's see. And I'm talking about, and also like, if you are starting on the LinkedIn, you should choose 2, 3 things. Let's see. I'm talking about mostly about the content, freelancing, and LinkedIn. So these are like three things that I talk about mainly. So you should think about what sort of a things that you're going to talk about. So, and let's see, now you have 50 friends, you know what to talk about, what to create content on. You're creating content every day. What happens basically is when you post something on LinkedIn, now these 50 people from different niches, let's see, someone is a freelancer, someone is a business coach, someone is whatever. But whatever you post, even though you're posting around something random about your earphone is not working, some basic bullshit thing which nobody
Yeah.
cares about, you post about that. But what happens is these people will like it, because these people will like that post because you're their friend and you like their post as well. Plus, they will comment on it. And then what happens is in the initial first hour, LinkedIn algorithm thinks that this post is valuable, and then it will go to the more people, and that's how you get the reach, and that's how you get the followers. So you have to be consistent with your engagement, and you have to consistent with your posting. And in order to grow a little bit bigger than this, so this is like the simplest way. Like,
Yeah.
you have to do this. Like, it's a
Basic.
it's like basic. Yeah, you have to do this. Other than that, if you want to grow a little bit big, then you need to learn about the content creation really, really well. What is working on? You have to see the things that what is working on. So few months ago on LinkedIn, I shared most of the things about that. So few months ago, personal stories with a selfie is working really well. And this is like a trend. So it's like on the reels, we have the trends, right?
Yeah.
Let's say some song is coming and every girl is dancing on that song because that song is going viral. So that was the thing.
Yeah.
So you have to pick up the trends. So a few months ago, there was a trend of posting a selfie and sharing your personal story, a sob story. I came from the slums, da 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 da, and then I'm now a millionaire, whatever. So this is like, your story, and everyone has a sob story in their life. I have a
True.
few, like 10 years ago, I was like this, and now everyone does that. So that was nothing cool about it, but yeah, that was the thing working. So you should jump
True.
on those trends. Right now, I think, in my opinion, right. So after that, after the personal stories, there was a period. Before the personal stories, there was a carousels. Then the personal stories. Then cheat sheets are on the trend. Cheat sheet is like one page, and there's like a lot of information in it. And currently, from my opinion, there was like a quotes, shorter quotes, and the memes. So
Okay.
if you see some post which has 1,000+ likes, and if you go to that creator and he don't have that much amount of following, let's say he don't have 10, he don't have like let's say 100K some followers, and he's getting 1,000+ reach on specific post. That means he's doing something right, or maybe that post went viral. You have to replicate that post in your niche. So this is what you should do if you want to grow massive. So this is like the second part of it. So first part is engaging and creating content daily, choosing the topic, being consistent every day. Every day is you're posting something, being better at the content creation in and itself. And second part is actually seeing the things that are working and recreating that things. So these are the two things I think. So you don't need anything else other than that. You just need to produce content every day, which is a kind of hard for many people, and you have to engage every day. So you have to put in the time. That's it. It's 3 months, and then everyone will know, like, this person is doing something. And once you start getting engagement, you will get followers like every day. So that was the base thing. About getting the leads, it's totally different game, because that's where you don't, like, these people, like, you're engaging with this. Like, what happens is, like, new freelancer came in, he met hundreds of new freelancers, he engaged with them, they engage back with him, he built a
Mhm.
community, he has a good amount of engagement, 200, 300 likes, he's posting some sort of a content every day, but he never get a client because his community is all freelancers. and he also create content around freelancing. So there is nothing like linked between it. So if you want to get clients, you have to be a little bit strategic about how you're going to get it. So the way I have started, now imagine this, like, you're maybe a new freelancers are watching this. I am a little bit experienced, and when I started on LinkedIn, I have, this is the main important thing when you start on anything on a new platform. You have to keep your ego aside and you have to do the things that are really, really important. So when I've started, I knew that my value of the whatever the work that I do is more because I have done this before. I'm not a like new freelancer or new designer who's starting out. But the strategical way that I've decided to go and tackle the clients or get the clients is basically, this is like the simplest way that I have figured out. What I used to do
Mhm.
is I used to find like big creators, go inside their profile and see their comment sections. And uh, if I find some people who are big creators as well, not that like 100,000 plus followers, but like 20, 30K followers. When I started out, when I was like pretty new, 2,000 followers, something. And I used to reach out to them and see like if they're not creating carousels, like visual post, then I used to pitch them that I can create a carousel for you. All you have to do is like put a tag, my tag on the back, or maybe I can help you to create a cover. You just have to give me a testimonial. What happens is when you get few testimonials from the client, from the big people, they have a 20K plus followers, let's say, right? And if you have that testimonial, if you post that testimonial on your account, and if they like it, and most probably they will like it because you did some free work for him and he will like it,
Yeah,
right? Some of his audience will see that and they will like, okay, this person is working with this person. He did something, some design work for him. I should reach out to him. And that's
cool.
how you build the trust because you don't have anything in the initial days. No one trusts you. So you can borrow the trust of other people because you're doing some free work for him. No one knows that you did the free work for him, but you gain that testimonial. And now his audience thinks that you did some paid work for him and you're
Mhm.
working with him. So you can use that over and over throughout your life. And yeah, that's the way to go. And the second way I tell like the people, if you want to get leads in not on LinkedIn, on any place, if you're new, like really, really new, and you don't have any experience, you don't have anything. So this is like the question that I get on almost every LinkedIn event, like how I can get the client without an experience because I don't have experience. I have skills, but I don't have any experience. So the simple thing for this is you have to talk some shit. You have to, you have to like fake it. This is like people hate me for this saying these things like you cannot fake the things and stuff, but in the initial days you don't have much of an advantage, right? So let's say you go on the call with the founder, you tell him he's a financial advisor, let's say. You go on the call with the confidence and you never did anything, but you go on a call with the confidence, you tell him that this is what I did for XYZ clients similar like you. We help them to get this amount of reach. I can do the same with you if you trust me. And it's just, this is just the confidence thing. And then he will invest
True.
you. And I always tell them, like, once you get the money in, then you will figure things out. Then you will do anything to do the work. And that's how it goes. If you find like 2 3 people in the initial days, you have to talk some shit. If you want to talk some shit, get the deal, get the money in, and figure out how you can do the things. And you will eventually figure out. And trust me on this, you will, because once you get money in the bank, your mind start working like, I have to do this now. So that's the thing.
Awesome, 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 Rohit. So, one more thing, while we are discussing. So, you told that you have to build good connection. So, like when we delve into this, and so one thing which people should learn is cold emailing. So, what do you think? How to be good at cold emailing? And can you give us some like tools to like you use for yourself, like for mass mailing or something like this?
I don't do mass emailing right now. I used to do that. I used to scrap emails and do that stuff, but I don't do that right now, and I don't suggest people to do that. So basically, here is the thing: if you have a good offer, this is what I think so. I've figured out because I've did bunch of things and then I've failed. And people say that if you learn the cold outreach, you can do anything. It's
Yeah.
it's not that true, because if you actually genuinely start doing it, if you send like 100 emails, one or two you get like reply back, and then from one and two you get one call, something like one call from the client, and then you're going on the call and he said no. And this is the situation, like it's a mass thing, like you have to do bunch of things and then you get like small thing. Instead of that, I suggest you to build your status. It's really, and it's easy to build your status on the social platforms, because once you have that status, then you can do anything with that. And the simple way to do it is do some work, like real work, instead of doing this cold outreach and this that. You can invest your time in helping some creator, some person who is important, and do some free work for him maybe, and get the real client experience, get the testimonial, and that testimonial will help you throughout your life, because that's what you're going to pitch to the next client. So this is the I think so best way to build a business with the freelancing in the easiest possible, like you can get clients easily, because you have to only find 2 3 people whom you can help and get a testimonial. Once you have that testimonial, you have a little bit confidence to talk with the new people, and then you just have to find people from their connections. Let's see, he's a financial advisor. He has definitely, if you go on LinkedIn and if you see any person, let's say he's a copywriter, most of his connections are copywriter. If he's a business coach, most of his connections
Yeah.
are business coach. So if you work with one guy, you will find a bunch of people who follow him, who is a connection with him, and you can just pitch them that this is what I did for him. I can do the same for you. If you want to work with us, let's do it. And that's better, because if you come around like just the email and sending, I can do this for you or whatever, you can pitch anything extraordinary. I don't trust you. Like, who are you? I don't trust you. Why should I work with you? This is the simple thing. So if you are providing a guarantee, let's see, if you're providing a guarantee, then that's the total different thing. I can guarantee you that I can give you 2 leads in 1 month or in 30 days. Otherwise, your money back. If you give that sort of a guarantee and if you're sure about that thing, then you can do this cold outreach. But if you're not sure about this thing, and most of us are not sure about this thing, because we cannot guarantee stuff, and results are not in our hands, right? You cannot
True.
guarantee these things. If you cannot guarantee these things, then most probably you have to build your stats. It's like you have to see this as a let's say you're in the new city. Any city has like this big politicians or big people, and everyone wants to meet them because they have that sort of a status and they have built it. So you have to be important, and the simplest way to be a important person is like and create content, build your brand a little bit, get a little bit amount of engagement, 2 3 months, and you're set. And also like getting testimonials from the people who are important. So that's
Hmm.
important. Yeah, that's the
Cool.
way. That's the approach. Yeah.
Cool. It's like build your proof of work and then you approach. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So Rohit, one more thing. Just like when the people are starting on LinkedIn, what are the mistakes they do according to you? What do you think?
I think they don't learn about the content. They just post a big block of text and they think that it should, get some reach. Then they discourage, like they felt like, this post got few likes, and they're posting for 3 days, let's see, 3 or 4 days, and they'll feel like, oh, now nothing is going out right. My posts are not getting any sort of a thing. What can I do? And then they stop. Again, a month, they start the same thing. Again, they stop. So you have to be freely consistent. You have to post like every single day. That's what I preach every single day. You should do it. But yeah, it depends upon you. Like if you want to do it like 4 days or something. But I think it's about the consistency. Yeah,
True,
consistency.
true.
People lack consistency.
Yeah, yeah. One more thing. I was reading somewhere that writing is a skill and you must be a good writer. Like one skill, if you have to master, is writing. So what you can like you can express your feelings through writing. So how to be a good writer according to you? What do you think?
Uh, I think writing is a skill. Yeah, see, there are like different sort of writings, right? If you want to write the content, you have to observe the way I have learned the writing is basically there is a one account most of people know about on the LinkedIn, like Jasmine Alice is a good copywriter. If you follow him, if you see his posts are pretty much like super easy to read and think. And if you want to learn anything in the life, what you have to do is you have to find the people who are doing really, really best and try to mimic them. Try to put their post in your in your doc file and see I can write something like this, or some take your personal experience and write something around that. Maybe he's talking about the copywriting, you have to talk about the freelancing. So you have to find a way how I can talk about the freelancing in the same way that he had structured his post. And doing this, you will learn bunch of things, because writing comes with a bunch of things like the structuring of the post. He sees like really, really minor details, because if you post on LinkedIn, there are only three lines are available there, and then the see more button. And this
Yeah.
is like two hooks. The first one is a hook, then the space bar, and then the sub hook. They're like three lines. So he see these like small things. If you just copy and mimic his content and try to learn from it and write your own things, you will learn bunch of things in like very short a period of time. So that was the way to learn the writing. And I think, yeah, writing, it's not writing, it's about storytelling, how you can convey your story in a better form. That was the that was the skill that you should have, like how you can sort of manipulate things, how you can make a story a little bit better. And that comes in like writing, that comes in with the talking, the way you talk, how you can make yourself, like make your story a little bit better. So I think storytelling is the important skill than the
True,
writing
true.
itself.
Okay,
Because
cool.
storytelling, when you talk with the client, you have to tell them the story, like this is what happened with that client, and you have to tell them some sort of a story. So yeah, that was the thing. Storytelling is a skill to have.
Okay, so that intrigues me to the another question, like how to be a good storyteller. What are the key points basically you should keep in your mind while writing a story or writing a post in the form story? What do you think, according to you?
I think you have to be authentic, be like
Hmm.
real about yourself, like what you do. And if you are real about the things, then most probably it will reflect in your story. And if you are copying from the experts and seeing that how they structure the things, then you can put that authenticity in the structured manner and it will look way better.
Yeah. Also, I think personal story works much better. Like I post a lot of things about myself, like my achievements or something. That works so well rather than I post uh, giving some gyan or sort of thing rather than.
Yeah. Personal stories work really, really well. So people don't follow me. Mainly the freelancers who follow me is they don't follow me because of the content that I produce or some sort of a information that was one thing. But the main thing they like connect with me because I am like them. I'm an Indian. I'm from developing country. I've came from the like worst backgrounds, so they connect with those sort of things, and that's why they follow me, and that's why they buy the things that I sell. Like I have a book and stuff, so they buy that thing. And when I've launched the first book, I was like, I have put the price of the book like $50. Just my ego, like $50. My book is called $50. And I was like, no one. My target audience was mostly probably the people from the USA and stuff like that. That time I was figuring out like Indian people are not gonna invest $50 because he's student. He's not making any money. Why he will like pay? Like, I think 75. I have added it 75 something, $75 on a book, which I don't even know, like, how I'm going to do these things and stuff. It's just for fun. And someone bought that book on for the $75. And that time I've realized that he didn't bought it for the content. He bought it because he connected with my story. So yeah, if you are being authentic, that really matters. People connect
Okay.
with the story. That works.
Okay, cool. Awesome. So let's talk about your agency, like ContentRizz. When did you started it and why did you start it basically? And like you're doing freelancing and you're
Yeah.
getting good money. So why did you start it and what traits do you look while hiring people in ContentRizz?
So yeah, ContentRizz is started this year. Before that, I had another agency, and it's still going on. But ContentRizz has started this year. The plan of my whole branding. So I have planned the whole, like, how I'm going to build the personal brand. So the first year I'm going to grow my audience and build an agency. So it's like I'm a documenting thing, like from the start. I've started from the zero on LinkedIn. I'm getting clients, and I've worked with really big people. If you check my website, you will see people who have like 100K plus followers. So,
Yeah,
and then after that, we built an agency, hired the people, and I'm documenting the journey of like how you can do these things from the scratch. And the goal of this content trees is now we are booked till the November, and now I'm shifting towards the coaching business that most probably people do on the LinkedIn. So that was the whole thing about it. In 2 3 years, I have so much documentation, then I can create something, a digital product, and I can move away from this, and then it will be automated. Everything just ads and just that thing. That was
understood.
the whole, yeah, that was the whole thing of that thing. And about the content reels, the main like the way I hire people is I don't hire people on the based on the skills. That was not my way. My way is like I hire people on based on values because skills I can teach them. Uh, but I cannot like integrate values because everyone has their own advantage, and the way I have my own, like I work really long hours. I want people like that. I like people. I don't like people who are like lazy and they're like, I'm going to work for 4 hours. I'm just going to give you 4 hours. I don't like that. So I work really long hours. I'm pretty responsive. If you tell me like 10 p.m. we are getting on a call, something, I'll be available on 10 p.m. That was like no brainer. That was the thing. Speed is important for me. If people are working and trying best to speed up their process, so these are the three things. So I see in the guy like if he's like me, he's working like long hours and he working in the speed is trying to get better. I hire this sort of a people. And I find people usually because I teach things, and most of the people get on a consultation call with me. And that's when I hire people. Like, I like you, whatever you're doing, your work is great, you're not getting clients, let's work together, let's see how it goes. And then I hire people.
Okay, okay, cool. So, Rohit, let's come to the most important part, like the most people are waiting for that. So, what can you expect, like the amount you gain from LinkedIn, or like कितना पैसे कमा सकते हैं LinkedIn से, basically? What do you think?
A month wise or year wise?
Year wise.
I think a lot, lot, a lot. Like, I cannot. So for a freelancer, let's see, you're starting out, you can easily make 5 or 6K a month, uh, per month. And if you actually like if you find a retainer clients who can pay you like every month, and if you manage to create an offer which is a retainer, let's see, you're selling video edits, 10 video edits per month. You can create an offer and you're selling it for, let's see, $600 or something like that. And if you have enough clients, then you're making like 3 4 grand for sure. Like as a new person and as an experienced, you can make way more than like, it depends upon what ticket size that you're selling.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
पैसे तो बहुत है LinkedIn पे. If you actually do it, पैसे तो बहुत है.
yeah. So, like if you're just starting out, you can expect 5 to 6K. आप ये बताओ कि टॉप फनल कितना है या जो टॉप क्रिएटर्स हैं वो कितना अर्न कर रहे हैं ताकि मेरे ऑडियंस को एक मोटिवेशन टाइप करे कि हाँ इतना तो जा ही सकते हैं.
I'm not saying like 5 to 6K for a beginner, but if you do it right, you can make it 5 to 6K. As a freelancer, you can scale that to 10K as a freelancer, as a solo person, not a team. Like a solo person, you're doing the work, you can scale it to the 10K. 10K is around 7 lakh a month, which is way like, if you're from India, it's cool. It's so cool. And
For
if you are an
students.
agency, for students, it's like 1 lakh is also cool. Like, if you're just making like 1 or 2 grand, 2K, it's good. It's still good. So yeah, if you're a beginner, you can 100% make, like, even though with the smaller efforts, you can make 2K for sure, like a month, if you do it right, 2000 USD. And if someone with an agency or team or someone has a skill or something like that, and who is doing it for a longer period of time, there is a huge advantage and huge things. So my goal is for like making a 1K a day and scaling like 30K a month. So that was my goal, and I cannot speak like how like more you can do it, but I think 30K is possible a month
Okay. Tell
as
me,
a if you have a team of people.
okay, tell us the amount in Indian rupees.
30K is around, let's see, 21 lakhs, around like 21 lakhs.
Okay, cool. So, we can say you're earning, or like, you are going to earn like this amount, or you are
Yeah, my
approaching.
goal is, yeah, my goal for this year is like making at least a, like, 30K a month. That was the goal. So yeah, I don't like to share the exact numbers,
Cool,
like how
cool.
much I earn, but yeah, my goal for this year is definitely for like making a 30K a month. That was the goal.
ओके, वन मोर क्वेश्चन इसी से रिलेटेड, कि आप अभी तक टॉप मोस्ट टनल अपना अमाउंट बता दो कि कितना वो किया हो, रफ आइडिया या मे बी एक रेंज, जस्ट फॉर मोटिवेशन.
In a range, I think I've made 15K a month. So that was the great month, 15K a month.
ओके.
It's not
एक्सक्लूड.
included like team charges and things. It's whole profit.
कूल,
The
कूल.
reason,
एनी.
like, I have in my agency, we are like working only 4 people and just one person for one thing. So I do like writing as well, I do design as well, and there is a video editor. I cannot do video edits, but I guide him in a way, like, how we can do that. So we are like really short team. We don't invest money in any sort of a softwares and stuff like that. Our process is really, really simple. So basically, we don't have, we only have a subscription of FreePick and Google Drive. That was like 2 subscriptions, and the website is just that's all we have. So we don't have any sort of an, like, things that we have to pay for some sort of a expensive software or things like that. Everything, the structure of my agency is pretty much easy. Just I have to pay for the team, and that's all. And 2 subscriptions. That's almost it.
ओके, कूल, कूल. अच्छा रोहित, एक और चीज, लाइक कुछ दिन पहले, आई गेस मे बी सम मंथ्स अगो, people are discussing about AI is going to take your job, like the jobs like writing, copywriting are going to be replaced by AI. So what's your opinion on that? And जो लोग अपना पोस्ट AI से लिखवाते हैं या लाइक हेल्प लेते हैं, तो what do you think, is it good, और मतलब कितना relevant है ये?
I think it's good. It's great actually if you can get a help of an AI and try your like best to, like, get a content, that's totally fine. But yeah, AI is scary. In 5 6 years, it will be really on the another level. And if you don't have a good amount of connections, if you don't have a good amount of skills, then most probably it will replace you. But if you have a skills and if you are in the top people, or at least in a, like, at least in a better place, if you're like a normal guy who is doing some basic things, basic copywriting, your skills are not that great, then most probably you'll get replaced for sure. And you will get replaced in like 1 year or 2 year. In a 5 years, you cannot show, like, I don't know, like, it's growing really fast, really, really fast. So it's scary for sure. But yeah, we have time, and in terms of a design, I think it does something better. or faster, but it's not
Yeah.
there yet. Plus the copywriting as well. If you write anything, I always use ChatGPT to check the grammar, and I write the post, put it in the ChatGPT, tell him like check the grammar if there is any mistake, and it will like suck out the whole personality from the content. It's so professional. You just put your content in the some other way. So it's not there yet. It's just on like two basic levels. So right now you have time, so you can learn these things, use it in a different way, and yeah, right now you have time. After 5 years, not sure, like not sure.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Acha, Rohit, while going through your LinkedIn, I saw some amazing designs. So for growing on LinkedIn, do you have good knowledge of design? मतलब जरूरी है क्या design का knowledge? Or you can also grow without?
No, you don't need to learn design in order to grow on LinkedIn. You just need to learn how to communicate the story, as I said, or write better. Uh, because copywriters are growing and copywriters are the big people on the LinkedIn. Right now, the design has introduced. Right now, the LinkedIn is like shifting from the copywriting, just the text-based content to the visual-based content, and visual meaning your photos as well. It's not just the design. My advantage is like I was a designer. I'm a designer. I can say so right now, like I'm a designer still. So I can create those carousels really easy, and people don't do it. So that was my advantage. So if you find your own advantage, like what I can do better, if you are a video editor, then you should focus on video. If you are let's say a writer, then you should write better. So whatever your advantage, you should work on that. So my advantage is like the carousels. So I do carousels a lot, and people think that that works. No, it's not the carousels work. It's because for me it's easy, and for me it's cool. Like I can put really great designs together if I want to. So yeah, that was my advantage.
ओके कूल अच्छा रोहित एक प्रॉब्लम विच आई सॉ लाइक मुझे दिख रही है कि बेसिकली जैसे लेट्स सपोज योर एजेंसी राइट और मे बी आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट यू डोंट टेक इट पर्सनली लेट्स सपोज देयर इज सम एजेंसी ओनर और he takes work from some maybe startup founder or some maybe entrepreneur right and they hire some small people right like मतलब किसी को hire करते हैं किसी person को
Mhm.
and he's charging 1 lakh from that maybe startup founder or maybe entrepreneur because he builds their personal brand right तो वो show करके वो
Right,
दिखा सकते हैं
right,
and then he is giving the work to that small people like मतलब जो एकदम start करते हैं एंड
right,
देन ही इज लाइक वो जो पर्सन है मे बी वो सारा काम मे बी सारा काम उनसे करवाते हैं एंड सम एक्स्ट्रा वर्क राइट सो व्हाट डू यू
right.
थिंक अगर वो पर्सन है तो वो उस चीज से कैसे निकले लेकिन क्योंकि मुझे मतलब बहुत सारे लोग ऐसे मिलते हैं दे आर स्ट्रगलिंग विद दिस फेज कि मैं इस चीज से बाहर नहीं निकल पा रहा हूँ जो क्लाइंट है या जो सामने वाला पर्सन है वो बहुत ज्यादा काम कराता है ही इज लाइक कि ये भी कर दो वो भी कर दो एंड ही कांट सेज नो राइट बिकॉज ही वांट्स टू अर्न फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल एंड सो व्हाट डू यू थिंक कि आई एम नॉट वांट कि आप इस पे कमेंट करो कि ये सही है गलत बट हाउ टू बी उस पर्सन से मे बी आप एक उस फेज में रहे होगे स्ट्रगल के फेज में व्हेन यू फेस दिस और मे बी यू डोंट फेस दिस तो व्हाट डू यू थिंक इस प्रॉब्लम को आप एड्रेस करो
I think what you should do is you should save some amount of money to back you up. Let's see, you're working with someone, some agency, they are like sucking your thing. They're giving you low amount of money, whatever, whatever. So you can get some amount of money saved for yourself. Let's see, 60K, 50K. So you have 50K, whatever, 30K, the base amount. You have 30,000 in your bank account. Now it's sort of a risk, right? But once you have a little bit money saved, and then you can just leave the thing, and then you can go from there. So it's the simple thing. You have to save some amount of money, whatever the comfortable money for yourself, to sustain for next 3 months without any work. So you're imagining that you're not getting any work for 3 months, and you left that job and learn about how you can find the clients and actually apply those things. It's a People face these things because they lack confidence in themselves. They think that I cannot, if I just left this thing, I will not get any sort of money coming in. And second thing, is how can I find the more work, because I'm not sure, like, what will happen, and they're scared for that thing. That was the main thing about this. If you want to, and this is the you have to do this specific thing, as I'm telling you, like, in like in each year, most probably. So right now, what I'm doing is I have stopped my agency work till the November. We have clients, we have retainer clients, so I'm saying that we are booked. But if I want to take more work, I can do it. I can hire more people, and I can take more work, and I can make more money. And that was pretty much easy for me as a designer, because I have built that sort of a
Yeah,
status on LinkedIn right now, and I'm getting the inquiries. But I'm saying no to more of a people because I want to be a coach. And this is sort of a risk that I'm taking. I'm saying no to the money. And I'm not sure like my coaching business will work or not. I'm going to get clients from there or not. But I'm trying something new, and I will figure these things out. And that's the way to go and way to approach the life. But I right now I have money coming in, or I have some sort of a money to back me up. So even though my coaching business failed like miserably in 3 months, I don't care. I still have some sort of a money, and then I can shift. So that's what you should do. And you should bet on yourself. You should be like a little bit confident, like I'm doing great work, I can do this by myself. That's it.
yeah, so true, so true. Acha Rohit, there is one more misconception, or I don't know, maybe misconception or not. You can tell it better. So, Indian clients pay less than foreign clients. Is it true? Like कि जो Indian clients होते हैं वो कम पैसा देते हैं rather than foreign clients.
Yes, it's true. Because see, $500 is around 30K or 40K, right?
Hmm.
So if you found like a basic founder from the India, and if you tell him that I will, so here is the thing. I sell carousel design, only carousel design. Okay. I don't write copy for it. I don't do anything. I just do carousel design. That was my first offer when I started on the LinkedIn. So for the carousel design, if I'm charging $500, which is 30,000 of, I think so right now it's 40,000 something, 30,000, let's see.
Hmm.
Okay. And I'm doing just 10 carousels. If I say the same offer to an Indian person, he will not do it. He will not pay me 30,000. And now I charge more than that. I charge $100 per carousel. So it's like 8,000 per sort of a design. Just you're getting that sort of a design from me. And
Yeah.
that's the thing. So yeah, because of the currency, you can say, because of the tendency, we bargain a lot. And yeah, that's the thing. For them, $500 investment or $1,000 investment is absolutely nothing. If you see about like how much they make, and if they want to spend like $1,000 on specific thing or coaching, or maybe on because I have worked with the like freelancers from there, like from the other countries, and they are paying me $1,000. Like just they are starting out, they want to learn how to get clients, and they're paying me $1,000, which is in our India, if you ask for a freelancer to give me 70K, they will like, how can I do that? So this is the thing. It's about the currency, right? They have money, and we have to use it as our own advantage, because they have money and their less is our more. So we can use that with our own advantage. Instead of dealing with the Indian clients, it's like half of the Indian clients that I met, some of them are really great. I don't have any Indian client in my agency right now. We are working on. I have only one client whose name is Rohit, and the reason we are working together because our both name is Rohit. That's the story. And yeah, and he reached out to me when I was no one, and he reached out to me and said like, you're going big, and I want to work with you, and so that was this conversation when I was nothing. He texted me that time, and I've started like, let's do it. And that's how we get in the talk. Like he's not paying me like a lot of money. He's paying me some sort of money, like small amount of money. But yeah, he's a retainer client, the only client. Everyone else is from the outside the India, and I think that's where money is, and you should like, where the money is, you have to sell that. Like
True, true, true. Okay, so Rohit, you are talking about clients. So let's suppose if someone is like good at on LinkedIn, like they know the basics, right? So how to approach a client first of all, and how to get a client? Like people obviously complain, ki I'm not getting client, I'm not getting client, right? So what your strategy to get a client and how to approach them?
First thing is get better at what you do. It's really
Okay.
important, and people neglect these things. You have to get better at what you do, and you have to really like self-analyze the things. Am I really good at doing what I'm doing? If I'm good, if you feel like I'm doing great, and this is the thing, then so it's the ongoing process. You have to get better. That was the one thing. You have to get better with your skills. Second thing is approaching the client is offer them some. This is my approach, and there are like thousands of approach of thousands of people. But my approach is basically when I've started, I used to do free covers for the people just to get the testimonial, just to like get my name out there. Like there's some designer who designed my cover. Who is this Rohit Virkud? Rohit Virkud. So if people are talking about my name and they know that this is a designer, he's a designer, he's a designer. So I was approaching the people, I was doing the covers and sending them that this is the cover that I've designed for you. Do you like it? If you like it, you use it and just give me a recommendation and I don't want anything back. That's it. And that was the normal conversation. Once you start to get this sort of a recommendation from the people and you're doing free works for them in the initial time, and then you can pitch them something because then I did the cover, can we do these things, and eventually once you have 2 3 recommendation, as I said, once you have 2 3 feedbacks or reviews from the people, then you can find their connections, the people they know or inside their LinkedIn profile. If you see their followers, and you can reach out to them and say and tell them directly that I have worked with this guy, your friend, your connection, and I helped him to, let's say, design a cover. I want to do the same with you if you're willing to do that. I design carousels for him on a daily basis. So are you willing to do that? And that's how you get ball rolling. And once you have like 3 4 people working, like you're working with a paid 3 4 people, and then like people will tell other people, you get the referrals, and that's how you grow. And mostly then eventually, as I said, like if you get better at the skills and if you're getting better at the content, like showing and promoting your skills, people will reach out to you. If you're looking for like a hack, like 10 days something will happen, it's not, there is no hack. People are lying to you. It's not going to happen. You can buy any sort of a course, it will never going to happen. You have to put in the work, and eventually it will happen, like in a month for some people, for years for some people. It depends on like how much effort you put in. But from my opinion, if you do it really right, because a lot of information out there right now, if you do it really right and if you focus on one platform, if you focus on your skills, you focus on not getting clients but spreading your name outside, doing some sort of a work instead of just sitting in the home and sending messages. It's if you're actually doing these things, most probably in 3 or 4 months you will have enough amount of clients to sustain your own self, and then you can go from there. And then you have that, once you have few clients and few amount of like money flowing in, then you have the leverage to like pivot from that thing, change things up, you know, then you have that leverage to do a bunch of things. Then you can do the cold outreach, you can run the ads because you have proof now. Now you can say these things. So that was the initial few months are really hard, and
True.
everyone has to go through that process. Yeah.
True, true. One more thing I was thinking about कि आजकल there are a lot of freelancers or maybe this field is explode more. So as you said कि initial days are so hard. So tell us some like some pain story about you कि like आप किस उस phase के बारे में बताओ जब आप just start कर रहे थे and what have you gone through basically. Just address करो उस phase को.
I came from the really bad background. If you read my things, you know that I came from a really bad background. So my mom is doing a job of like $100. $100 is 8,000 rupees a month.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that was the only money coming in my home, 8,000 rupees a month. Okay. And when I started out, I got one, like, there was like old age house or something. They're like doing some sort of an, old age care, like old people care, and they have this business, and he wants a website. So he's looking for some person. And as I said, like, I was that street guy who is वो चौक चौक में नहीं बैठते वो लोग ऐसे kind of a guy. So he eventually, like, he saw everyone knows me around, like, around my area, like, that time everyone used to know me. Always used to be on that job. So he was like, "Do you know someone who can like create a website for us?" So, and as that sort of a guy, you always know some smart kids, right? So I've told one of my friend, like, can we do this, because we can make money from this. He said yes. So we told him that we'll do this, and we will charge 5,000 rupees, and we will do everything, like hosting, domain, everything. We will buy. We don't know anything. We just said it, like, we do it, let's do it. And he paid like 2,500 rupees. And then it's like, we figured out things, and that was my first project. That's how
Yeah.
we launched the website. And we together, like, this two, that was like one friend and me, we made 2,500, 2,000 rupees profit, and everything is other than that is the hosting and domain, like, we purchased that thing for him. So we made 2,000, and I was so happy. As I came from that background, I was like, making 2,000 is a good thing, 5,000 is a good thing. So I never faced like a, that hit when I was not making, because anything that I was making was a good amount of money for me, because I was making zero amount of money. And if you see these things when you're starting out, if you're not making any money, then that's totally fine. Like, that time you are like so depressed and thing. But if you're making, even though 30 or 40K, or even though like 20K, it's good. It's not that bad. Like, people who share their stories on the, reels, and saying, I made this much amount of money, that much amount. These are the things that are mostly depressing people. Like, he's making that much amount of money, I'm not making it. And how he's doing it, I'm not doing it. But
FOMO.
you should focus on your own thing. Yeah. So I think I never faced like that sort of a thing, because I have this one conversation with my one of my friends, and we used to go in the night, smoke something, right? So that was the initial daily routine for us. So he told me that, Rohit, you're doing the thing, you're not making. I told him that, if no one pays me any money, I'm so passionate about the design, I can do this for free. I just need the money for the mobile recharge, so I can, like, use that net, and I can do the thing. That was my thing. And he told me that, if it doesn't turn out really well in the next 6 months, then you're like putting everyone online. Like, your mom is online because you're not doing the college right. You're not making any money, and you're not doing anything right. So that was the only depressional part. Like, because you put your family on the line, and you're not doing the college, the initial things that they tell you to do. Like, you have to do the college, you have to, go pass and get a job and stuff. You're doing something really different. And if that doesn't turn out well, then you're like lost. You're not good at here, you're not good at here as well. So because it's like it's like rolling a dice, and you have to you have to get a six. That was the thing. So yeah, that was the only depressional part. Like, I have to figure this thing out. I have to make some sort of a money. But I think right now the information that you get on the internet, if you follow the right people, and be realist, not like in imaginary world that people are making this much, I can make this much. No, it's like realist. Right now, I don't have anything. I've first let's make $100, then make 1,000, then go from there. Like, everyone has to go from there. So yeah, that was the basic. Focus on your own journey. Don't focus on the people. A lot of people. I met like bunch of people on the consultation calls. See, there are two things to the people who work, and if you find these people. So if you find someone who is running his ads and doing things, and telling you like, I made this much amount of money with the freelancing, you can make whatever. If you actually like there are really less people who really have an agency and they're really doing the work.
Hmm.
Half of them are just selling you the courses. They are
True.
not doing the real work, and this is the truth, right? And they're making money out of it. They're not like, if there is a genuine person who is doing the genuine work, you can see his work. You can see the client is using his designs or whatever, website. You actually see the work that he is doing for that specific client. Otherwise, it's like he's lying. That's the thing, and they are telling any numbers to you. So eventually, half of the people are lying. That's what I want to say. Half of the people are lying in order to get the attention of other freelancers. So there are like very few people are actually telling you the truth. Like this is actually it, and yeah. So you should be aware of these things. People lie on the internet. A lot of lies. You have to focus on your own journey. You're making 10,000 rupees. Good. It's good. You should aim for, like, let's say 20. Okay, I'm going to get 20, then 50. Focus on your journey. Don't focus on everyone else.
True, true. Your journey is so inspiring, Rohit. Okay, so what do you think? Let's make you in trouble. So three creators you think you should follow on LinkedIn, and three creators which you think are overrated, and you don't follow them.
Overrated.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, I will say you, like, three creators you should follow on LinkedIn is, first is Jasmine Alice. He's really great at teaching you how to write a copy. Then there is a second person. I think the Chris Doe is really a good person to follow. Not on LinkedIn in terms of his videos on YouTube. If you watch his videos, you will learn a bunch of things around how to sell and how to negotiate. He talks more about the mindset and things. Third person is, there are few people. Uh, I like the one person in the copywriting space, Dina. I'm not sure about her name. Calvi something, like Calvi. Her name is like pretty much far. But I really love the way he writes. She writes the copy. Other than that, in terms of freelancing, I so yeah, you can follow me. And me is there.
Yeah.
Important. Me is there.
Yeah.
So yeah, in the freelance world, I genuinely don't follow anyone on the LinkedIn. Uh, but yeah, they are great people. The overrated creators, I see. I don't see any. I don't follow most of the creators. I only follow the people who I really like. I don't see them as in like overrated people or something like that. I think everyone, because there is no overrated or underrated. Like, I see things in a very real manner. If they are getting sort of an engagement or following or something like that, they did something right, no matter what they did. I'm so People say that girls post their selfies and they get more engagement because they are girls, and they're getting clients or whatever because they get the exposure because they are girls. So it's like they're using that thing as an excuse. I'm a realist person. I believe, like, they're doing something well, and you are not doing that well. You're just, it's like a complaining about something, right? It's
Yeah.
not doing anything. It's just about complaining something, that this person is overrated because he's not doing something right. I think anyone who has like some good amount of following, good amount of clients, he did something right. You maybe don't like him, you maybe don't like the you like his approach, but he did something right, and he is deserving because he has.
So you played well.
Yeah. No, I
Okay.
think this is like the approach. This is the simple approach in general in life. Like, my friends always. So I live in Pune, right? And there are like a lot of people here. They have uh, like family money, and they are so dumb. They are really really dumb, but they have a bunch of money to back them up. They are like running cars and things like that. And there are a lot of people here like that. A lot of people here, and they're not that knowledgeable as, like, Uh, so they cannot speak English. They cannot communicate their thoughts really clearly. They cannot write. They cannot design. They cannot do anything. And most of my friends, when we talk and when we see, like, one of my friend has a is a politician. So I have few friends who are like really good, like, and whenever I talk about that, he bought like this Mercedes, right? And if I tell my friends, they are like, my street friends, they always have this reason, like he has the money of his dad, something like that. My approach to these things is like, I don't see like how he has it. I just see it like he has it and I don't. This is the only thing. He has it, I don't have it. I have to do something to get it. If you see like how he has it, and there is always an excuse in life, like how other people have it and you don't have. So it's not a good mindset to have, like, this person is like this or whatever. It's not a good thing to have. It's the only thing that you should focus on, like how I can get it rather than how he has it.
Yeah, good
And there are like
approach.
really no excuses, right? Really no excuses. If someone is he has his dad's money and he's in the Mercedes right now, and you're bashing about him, but he is in the Mercedes. You're not. So it's like reality. You have to live in the real world. You don't have it. You cannot change that. You have to tell
Yeah.
yourself, I am not there. I have to work there, no matter what. That's the thing.
True, true, so true, Rohit. It's good. It's good thing, right? So for today, I think this is like itself so knowledgeable. So what's your last words to the people who are watching you? And also, my audience is in their early 20s. So what's the message from your side you want to convey?
I think if you're doing freelancing in your early 20s, you're doing something right. I was not doing that in my early 20s. I was doing something else. So yeah, you're already in the right path. You're, even though making a small amount of money, you're already in the right way. All you have to do is figure out your advantage. What is your advantage? Some people are good at communication, some people are good at designing, some people are good at some sort of things. So if you list down your 20 advantages on the piece of paper, anything, anything can be an advantage. If you have a time and you don't have anything to do, let's say you don't have any clients, nothing, you have time. That was your advantage. Many agency owners don't have time. You have time. How you can break the competition is you have time. You can give more time to your clients. You can provide better service. You can do more things than them. So I used to post 3 times a day when I started on the LinkedIn, and no one is doing that 3 times a day every single day. That was my schedule, like, and people know me for that. Like, this person is posting 3 times a day. So it's like an like whatever that you have to leverage that. So list
True.
down all the 20 advantages that you have, and eventually you find 2 3 things, and then you can go from there, and you have to plan the things, like how I can use these advantages in order to get money in. And the second thing that I want to tell people is, if you actually think and actually do the things that are in the right way, as I said, like, listing out your advantage, create a strategy for yourself, and actually follow that strategy for a longer period of time, you can make really good amount of money in really short a period of time, really short period of time. And eventually, when you have nothing, the only thing that can help you to solve all the things is money. Like how you have to ask yourself in a 7 days, next 7 days, how I can get clients, and eventually the answer is, you just have to write the things that what I can do. Let's see, I'm a really big fan of a pen and paper, like, just sitting by yourself, write down the things. So you write down the things, then eventually the first thing is like you have to reach out and tell all of your friends, family, friends of friends, everyone that you're doing this thing. And if you have anyone in your connection, I can work for you. So you have to actually write down the things that you can do, and you actually have to do it. This is the hard part. People don't want to do the things that they want to do. There is nothing. There are no hacks to the world. There are no hacks. It's like actual doing the work. So you have to do the things that are needed. It's simple, right? So yeah, I think you should. If you don't have any clients, you are just starting out. You have to write down the things. What are your advantages are, and how I can get clients in the 7 days, next 7 days. and you might not get the client in the next 7 days. But if you have, let's say, 10, 20 ways of what right now you're in the situation where you have no following, nothing, what I can do. So I can, if you write down the 20 things, if you actually do these things, you will eventually learn, and you'll eventually find one or two people, one or two leads maybe. You don't close them maybe, but you have at least some sort of a lead to follow, and then you can go from there. So this is like a taking action rather than just consuming content and seeing
Yeah.
what other peoples are doing, finding unique strategies of whatever cold outreach, cold messaging, because this is there are no actually like techniques to the word. Simple doing the action, you will learn more, and you will learn more doing the work rather than consuming someone else's content, because his life is different than you. And this is what people do really wrong, that if you watch someone and he's telling you something to do something, eventually his life is different, your life is different, the way he spends time is different, the way you spend time is different, the way you are situated, you are living in India, they're living in a different country, so the everything is almost different. You have to figure out your own way, and this is a lot of like a depressing thing, that you are like your own. But yeah, this is the truth, like you are your own, and you have to do the hard work, and you have to figure out your own way. You just have to take the things from other people, like okay, this person is saying that, you maybe my approach is like, as I told you, like finding people, do the some free work, get the testimonial. You can follow that if it works for you, best. If it doesn't work, I don't give this like thing like this will 100% work for, no. If that works for you, works for you. If that doesn't work for you, something else, you found something else, your approach, then you can go from there. Yeah, it's about taking action rather than just finding the new strategies.
Yeah, try and error and check what works for you.
Yeah, yeah. And eventually, if you just time bound yourself, like I want to do this in the 7 days, because I don't believe in patience. I don't believe in this concept of patience and manifestation. Manifestation is, at some level, people see it like I can think something and it will happen, it will never happen. You have to think and act with that. That's the main part of the manifestation, what people call it, like, I don't believe in the concept of that. I don't even believe in the patience. I want things, I'm really a impatient guy. I want things right now, because patience is not something. I have believed in the patience for years, and then I've realized that you don't have to be patient. You have to take action like all the time. It depends upon what sort of a patience definition that you have, because many people think about the patience is like waiting for the right time, and the right time never comes. Uh, for me, patience is like doing aggressive work every day, and if at the end of the day you don't have any money, you don't have any client, and you did everything, then you sleep, next day you do the same, you do the hard work again, like you're doing the cold out, whatever that you're doing, cold outreach, creating content, whatever that you're doing, whatever your plan is, you have to do that daily. So yeah, so don't
Okay,
be
okay.
patient. Like you can make a lot of money in a 1 month. That was the thing. You can make a lot of money. You can. It's possible. You can say in a seven
True.
days, 8 days, you can find a client. You can make a money. So you don't be patient. Don't be like a guy like maybe so everyone get a client in a longer. Like you have to do this thing for a longer period of time. No, you want things now. Like you have to work in this. You want things now. I want money now. How I can get it, and best way to approach it, and follow that thing.
You must have hunger.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rohit, one question is left, and I don't know. I mean, like, first of all, I apologize if you don't want to answer. It's up to you. So you are a LinkedIn crush, and why I'm saying this, because I talked with some people, some friends, and they're like, okay, so tell me your relationship status. If you don't want to say, it's
Crush.
up to you.
Yeah, no, everyone knows, like, I have posted some pictures about with my girlfriend. Like, I'm engaged. I have a girlfriend. Yeah, so eventually I always tell people, like, this is what my schedule is like, you know, Throughout the week, we work. Saturday, Sunday, I go out with my girlfriend and my friends. Most of my story, if they read my content, most probably they know that I'm engaged.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much, Rohit, for joining me here. That's all for today's podcast.
Thanks for having me, bro.